Yes, that's true. In fact, the stimulus to economic growth to in Japan will be rather limited this time, not only because of the pandemic. First of all the infrastructure investment has been done even before the hosting of the events, and the boost to private consumption will be really tepid, given the current restrictions on foreign traveling, and also the ban of live audience in venues in Tokyo and surrounding prefectures. And also, on top of that, the current state of emergency, which restricts social and economic life in Japan, will further put a toll on commercial activities, and this will be a huge blow to retail and hospitality and leisure sectors in Japan.
And tourism dollars will be lost as well, especially with no spectators. And as you mentioned, domestic consumption will be affected. Local tourists won't be travelling as easily throughout Japan during the Games either.
Yes, currently international travelings are tightly controlled to Japan because of the ongoing new wave of coronavirus infections in that country. That effectively banned all the foreign audience in the country. And because of the state of emergency, the government right now recommended the residents to avoid unnecessary outings in Tokyo and surrounding prefectures, which accounted for over a third of the GDP in the country. So, essentially, this is really bad news for the services sector.
How would you measure the success of the Games, if not in a financial sense?
In a financial sense, it will not be a huge boost as we have already discussed. But if the Japanese government, the country can successfully host the events, supporting events, without any major breakout of community coronavirus transmissions, and this will be a huge boost for the national pride, and also this will reduce the risk of further wave of infections in the final quarter of this year, and this will be good news for the economic growth in the remainder of the year and early 2022.
How will increased use of vaccine passports impact the economic recovery?
Japan, by advanced economy standards, is fairly slow in terms of vaccination. Currently, only 22% of the population are fully vaccinated against coronavirus. Because of this, we think that the Economist Intelligence Unit think that in the remainder of this year until early 2022, when we think the large majority of the population will be fully vaccinated, various degree of localized restrictions on social and economic activities will be implemented in response to any surge in infections. And in this context, we think that Japanese government will gradually push for the use of vaccine passports, both in terms of international traveling and also in terms of domestic economic activities. If this plan is successfully implemented, this will create a certain kind of traveling bubble between Japan and countries that accept vaccine passport of Japan, basically the US or certain EU countries. And this will help to improve international traveling, and also maybe invite more travelers back in Japan to boost private consumption. And also this will allow a partial opening of economic activities in certain services sector. This will be a good news for sales of business in leisure, in retail and hospitality sectors.
Don't we all look forward to that? Fei Xue, thank you.
Thank you very much.